So I was thinking about which part of my recent endeavor to talk about tonight, and I figured, well, there wasn't a really good, concrete, single part. So I called my presentation Generalism, and I guess I'm hoping to raise the question of validity or even usefulness of such a career path or a path in general. Anyway, when I was in third grade, I think, second or third grade, I ran for class president. And there was an agenda I was trying to accomplish. When we had lunch, we were made to walk around while eating our lunch. We weren't allowed to sit, and I thought that wasn't really like the best and most hospitable way to have your lunch. So I wanted to run on that platform and change it. And I did, and I won, and I didn't change anything because this is third grade. I realized that this concept had been decided by way higher people than me a long time ago. So that was the first and last year I was the president, and I pursued other interests. I played tennis, I learned how to skateboard, I did motorcycle maintenance with my grandfather. I learned how to ice skate, and I learned how to play hockey a little bit, but my friends mastered some of these activities way better than me. And there was a girl who became class president for the next 5 years, and she actually got things done. And it was the first realization of the dichotomy and conflict, I guess, of the hunger for new interesting things versus mastering something really, really well. And my friends went to hockey schools, and I did not. In 1990, I moved to the United States, and I pursued a very new, urgent interest, and that was to, well, I came here in the summer, and I was starting high school in about 6 weeks, and spoke no English whatsoever. So my urgent interest was to learn the language. And, well, that's going forward to my rock and roll days, but so I learned the language, and I was thinking some more about this clash of what I was really interested to pursue and what the necessity was. And the conclusion I arrived at in high school was that people don't have the luxury really to contemplate that we do what we have to do. So I learned how to speak the language, and my interests included taking really long walks because I was anxious, and I walked Flatbush Avenue from, Kings Plaza to the Williamsburg Bank for about 2 hours. And I thought, well, this is good. Generalism has no meaning because we do what we do. I hope I'm not getting too philosophical about this. In college, I declared my major as English. I thought it was quite funny. I studied creative writing. I was lucky enough to meet some really interesting people. I studied poetry and creative writing with Armand Schwerner, who is a really, really brilliant poet. And then I read some of his poetry, and I realized, wow, what's the point? The thought was sincere. I thought I can never be this good, and perhaps I should pursue another interest, which was a little more applied. I became to love the English language and writing, so I changed my major to psychology, and I became a part of a lab that was pursuing experimental studies. And am I up? 1 minute. Anyway, okay, so I better speed it up. I am now past the point where I opened 6 restaurants, and I one of my more recent interests has been sourcing of food, and I have become a part of a farm in central New Jersey, which initially invited me to cooperate with, and I became their managing member, and I bought the farm, and we run a restaurant, at about 900 acres of pasture land, and a market. And I sometimes wonder, if I had focused and started this pursuit earlier, would I be more efficient? Would I be more useful to society? But on good days, I feel like I have been a catalyst for connecting people and getting things done differently. On a personal note, one of the people who voted for me in third grade is here with me today. She's my wife, and we're gonna be celebrating our 20 years of marriage. So some of the photos. Thank you for allowing me to be inserted tonight. Thanks.